We got breaking news on AT&T. Julia Borston has the details. Julia?
John, big news from AT&T after the company's stock hit a 3-decade low on concerns about its legacy lead-wrapped cables, concerns which were raised by a Wall Street Journal story. Now, in a letter filed with federal court, AT&T's attorney saying that AT&T believes it is now in the public interest to leave the cables in place to permit further analysis by interested parties. Now, the company saying that its lead-clad cables pose no danger, in that in 2021, AT&T agreed to remove them simply to avoid the expense of litigation. They're now saying that based on, quote, our repeated testing of these cables, data and methods we have made publicly available, we have serious concerns with the journal's testing methods and the reliability of its results and reporting. This letter goes on to question the validity of the Wall Street Journal's investigation and its results. AT&T also saying in this filing that less than 10% of the cable in AT&T's national system is lead-clad cable. So, Morgan, the company coming out swinging here. Back over to you.
All right. Julia, I mean, what's amazing to me is that the Wall Street Journal first released its investigation on July 9th, and we really didn't see this pick up momentum in terms of the impact on the stocks and reaction from AT&T and others in terms of public comment until just now. I mean, why did this take so long? Do we know?
I mean, I can't really answer that question, Morgan. That's something that only AT&T would probably be able to answer. But it's interesting to read in this letter the cost-benefit analysis the company made of whether or not they were going to fight this issue. They decided to remove the cables because from a litigation standpoint, it was simply easier. And now they're saying it's not that they were removing the cables because there was actually anything wrong with them. And now they believe it's in the best interest of the company as well as of the public to have a more thorough investigation from disinterested third parties, from objective parties. And they're really indicating here that they believe that the Journal was not being objective in its reporting because they were relying exclusively on environmental testing that was commissioned by the Journal.
All right.
Morgan?
Yeah, Julia, thank you. Mike Santoli back with us. Mike, this stock, AT&T, is down 32% over the last 3 months, and it's just really the last couple bucks that's happened in July. So even if it's not the lead issue, there are other problems with this, right?
Well, there certainly would be, although I do think this last phase lower in the stock, this flush, especially yesterday, did come among gathering concerns, or at least uncertainty about how to quantify any potential exposure related to the lead sheath cables. Yesterday, I looked back at the Citigroup downgrade of the stock yesterday morning, which did seem to drive a lot of yesterday's decline. What was it, 5 or 6% yesterday? And the analysts said they were relatively unaware of this issue until the Journal report. They did some of their own legwork on it, trying to quantify it, but they sort of granted that there's no way to put firm numbers on what this might mean down the road. But it did seem, and they even said if it turns out to be just sort of, a multi-month overhang on the stock and then we can get it sorted out, maybe the stock's going to look like a buying opportunity. The point being, I don't think AT&T has had the last word on what this is going to mean. I doubt the Journal's report is the last word on it either. So it'll get hashed out. But to your point, yes, this is an out-of-favor area beforehand. People were just not enamored of the longer-term story, the high fixed cost. I mean, you could kind of run down the list of reasons why it seemed like it was not necessarily in a good spot. But there's no doubt in my mind, in the last month or so, investors with, a lot of these big legacy liabilities on their mind from other companies just decided to ditch rather than stick around and figure it out.